Extreme Chinese cheapskates explained. Are all Chinese that cheap?
I don't do laundry. Then you have to pay quite a bit in quarters. So whenever I have dirty clothes, I try to wash them while I'm showering. Today I'm using a free sample of detergent I got. Okay, I need to get detergent and bleach onto my clothes before I put them in the shower to soak. And once I'm done showering, then I lather up the clothes. I almost never do laundry. I think the last time I did laundry was maybe 3 years ago. And I start wringing out these clothes. I don't use the dryer. Not only does the dryer waste money, but it shrinks clothes and it wears clothes out faster. You can keep your clothes looking newer for longer if you don't dry them. But normally I would want to do maybe a load of laundry every other week. It costs like $3 to wash and dry clothes. It save maybe $6 a month. I don't use toilet paper. I just use water and soap to clean myself off after going to the bathroom. I take this water bottle that I have and I rinse myself off. If I just urinated, I'm done with that, and then I dry myself off with one of the paper towels I have. If I took a dump, then I also grab the soap, wipe myself down with the soap, and then I take the water and rinse off the soap. I don't believe in spending money on something that you're just gonna throw away, such as toilet paper or paper towel.
Oh my God. Now, if you watch just that clip, I want to show you not all Chinese are that cheap. Now, a lot of Chinese are kind of frugal and cheap, but not to that extreme. Now, what do you guys think of that lady?
Well, I think from a hygienic point of view,
Yes.
I was a little mortified. I think it really
I'm surprised how small the soap is.
I mean, I didn't. Yeah,
not a soap, like not a full-on soap. It's like small in a piece.
That's probably still a full bar of soap to her. To be honest,
maybe she got that from a sample place or something like this, free sample. No, she said the detergent is a sampler pack.
Okay.
So didn't use money on that.
I'm sure the soap was too.
Yeah,
I'm she didn't say, but I have a feeling that was free too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
and she says she doesn't want to spend any money that you go throw away.
Yeah, it's really far in my definition of cheap and frugal. That's just really way beyond that definition.
Yes.
I don't even have a word for it. I mean, being Chinese myself, like I've never seen cheapness and frugalness to that degree.
Yeah.
So it's you learn something new every day, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she said, I don't do laundry. I don't do laundry. She washes herself and the clothing at the same time, right?
I don't think it has to do with Chinese. It's just her.
Just her.
She has problems.
She has problems.
Not Chinese.
Well, she can save money for sure, right? But I mean, it goes against what I stand for. Right? It's more the abundance mindset, right?
Exactly.
It's like, but you can see, I don't know, because I have an aunt of mine, right? That's also very cheap. Maybe not to that degree, but pretty cheap. Like you can see that she never buys anything. She wears the same shirt and clothing for like 10 years, like running shoes like for like many years, and same glasses for many years. Never spends any money on herself. And it's even at the Chinese New Year, she would give us the red pocket money, and she would put in like candy and maybe a dollar like coins. Because as a kid, the minute you get the red pocket money, you would say, is it soft, is it hard? If it's hard, it's a coin. Damn it, right? If it's soft, it's a paper. We would like it a little bit more. That means a bigger dollar bill, right?
Could it be newspaper?
No, there's never been newspaper.
Oh, lucky you.
But she's cheap too. So my aunt is cheap, but you can see her face is like she's not happy.
Not happy.
She's not a happy person, right? So for something like this, I guess we are not an advocate of that, but everybody has their choice, right? What they want to do.
I just feel so bad for her because in a way I feel like she doesn't even love herself.
Yeah.
You don't even spend not the money.
You don't enjoy life.
Exactly. You don't think you deserve a full bar. Like you deserve a $5. Like
No, she would say, "I'll try to save $3, right? She said $4 a month.
$6 for a month.
Something like that, right?
To most of people, just one cup of coffee.
Yeah. But again, we're not projecting our values on other people. It's up to her, right? But I do think the hygiene part. I assume she's single. I think I assume she is single. It would be kind of interesting to see her go on a date with the other guy. If the other guy could take that.
I think she would probably say, please give me 10 like table bread.
Yeah,
and
like
to go.
yeah, to go, and like I don't know, see how that would work, right? Unless maybe the other guy that she's dating is also an extreme cheapskate, and then there's a lot. There would be a lot of cheapness
Imagine
going
how
on.
their children's gonna be.
Oh my god, the king and queen of cheapskate.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
why do you think, the Chinese have this reputation in general? I mean, this woman aside, being extremely cheap and extremely frugal, right? As one example, and as Jenny said, maybe it doesn't have anything with her being Chinese, right?
Yes.
It's just her being extremely extreme. But when we go back to look at the overall picture, yes, the Chinese-
Mostly. I think Chinese, they like to, also they spend a lot of money on things, but I think most of them, they like to be smart with their money. They don't want to be wasteful, right? They like to save money because Chinese, we were saying, like, you want to be prepared for the rainy day.
Yes.
You want to be ready. It's like North America, credit card debt. I want instant gratification. I'll spend the money first. But Chinese is more like if something goes bad, that's why they like to pay the houses like all cash. They don't want a lot of debt.
Yeah, I don't think Visa card is even available probably
Until
for the last 10 years in China.
Yeah. It's only recently now you have the
only recently.
银联卡, right?
Yeah,
The new so
before,
there's
no,
that doesn't
it's not
even
the same.
this you buy cash, you
Always
pay
buy
cash.
with cash.
You always buy with cash, right? That's always the concept. Isn't it also true maybe because back then when China is not as wealthy, not as affluent, that people are
well, you could say poor.
poor, yeah. And so from there, a lot of those saving habits, be prepared for the rainy day, a lot of those habits are ingrained.
Yeah, my grandma still like this, but not like that.
Not like that,
for
but
sure. But then
frugal,
she's
frugal.
Very, very, very frugal.
Very frugal,
for
like
sure.
spends very little money.
Yes.
And they could be making tens of millions of dollars, it doesn't matter. Like I've seen Chinese entrepreneurs where they make tons of money worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They would try to go to the supermarket and save $5, right?
Yeah.
To them, it's not like it's beneath them, and they don't think that way. And I don't think Chinese value their time as much as like Caucasian entrepreneurs, from my perspective. Because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. They try to make my own dumpling and save like $3-5. I would just buy it, right?
I don't know, maybe because a lot of Chinese, their work is not come per hour. So
Yes.
they don't get a hourly job.
Yes.
So maybe they don't have the concept on
How much my hour is worth.
They don't really have that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think the need versus want is very defined. It's like, do I really need this or do I just want this?
Yes.
Do I have this? Like my parents would always say, you have this at home.
Yes.
Like, but it's not the same.
Yes.
It's like, no, you have this at home. It's close enough. It's 70% like what you want to buy right now.
Yes.
It's close enough.
Yes.
Right? So that the mentality is, it's very different. And it's like, well, if you don't need it, why are you spending money on it? Right?
Yes.
So they don't really buy into the whole emotional satisfaction point of things.
They want practicality.
They want
right?
practicality. There's no such thing as retail therapy. It's like, no, buying more stuff will make me depressed. Retail therapy doesn't exist, for my parents'
They want
generation.
cash.
Right.
Yeah, they want cash.
If I save my money, that makes me feel a lot better. actually.
Yes. Now, so not all Chinese are that cheap, and not all Chinese are extreme cheapskates. That's just one example. But Chinese are frugal. They want to be smart with their money. They like to save money. They want to be prepared for the worst. Comment below. Let us know maybe some of your Chinese friends or the Chinese that you know in your life. Are they cheap? Are they frugal? Or are they, very generous? Also, comment below if you have any other questions. Click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe. If you want to check out our other videos, check out the videos on the left. We have a lot of other Decode China videos for you to watch as well. For me, don't be cheap. It's about being abundant. If you're trying to save a couple money on the soap and using the soap to wash your private part, that's just wrong. Okay, until next time, I'll see you in the next video.